Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another video. Long time no see. Where have I been? You know, things happen. Anyways, I'm finally here back to talk about days 4, 5, and 6 of World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2024. I know it's been a long time and you've probably all forgotten all about it, but you know what? It's time to recap these things. It's time to recap. Okay, well, let's jump right into it. That's day 4. Okay, so day 4 was actually my busiest day in the competition because I had semifinals individual, semifinals pairs, and then the teams qualifying round, which was so it was a marathon. So I think, I guess it will, after I talk about it, you will get why the subsequent days weren't so busy for me. Anyways, let's jump right into bright and early on day 4. I had the nice morning competition of individual semifinals. All right, so we had this unreleased puzzle called Flower Jungle. It is pretty nice. I think as far as it comes of the semifinal individual puzzles, they were quite similar in difficulty, and they were nice puzzles to puzzle because you know, you had different textures. You could pretty much tell everything where it went. Anyways, maybe you want to rewatch the first video. As I said in the first video, just by the sheer amount of people who are jammed together into each semifinal round from the qualifying rounds, even if you qualify comfortably to your round, doesn't mean you're going to qualify to finals because there's just so many more people who are better than you. So I qualified, I think, 41st place or 42nd in my round, and that just means that on average there's 41 or 42 people better than me in every other round, which would place me on average, well, it was pretty good placement. It's 124. So that was my seed for the semifinal round. So if I were to qualify finals, which would be very, very difficult, also because of the country rule, because in my round I did have other Latvians, which were faster than me. The thing is, I would have to beat, you would say, well, you only need to beat 34 people, but not really, because of the country rule, you actually need to beat like 50 people, 45 people to qualify if you're not the first one from your country. So it was pretty insurmountable task actually for me. And I mean, I felt like I puzzled very good. I felt like I puzzled pretty fast, and I even completed the puzzle in under an hour. I think it was just under 59 minutes. But it was just not good enough. And I knew that as soon as I finished the puzzle and I looked up, I knew that there's no way I qualify because there were so many empty tables. Anyway, so my secondary goal, I was thinking, okay, it's unlikely that I qualify for finals. So how about I just beat my seeding, which was 124. And I didn't do that. My final placement was 129th out of 181 participants in my round, which is, you know, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I guess if you consider, and I did the other puzzle, if you consider how many people beat me, I think overall, and obviously it's not one-to-one comparison because competing live is not the same as doing it at the comfort of your own home, but I would say on average I was about 250th in the world if I compare how many people in each semifinal would have beat me. So, you know, not super amazing. I was quite disappointed with myself. Not that I should be, because, again, my expectations were built upon the results of the last year's competition, which was way smaller. There were so many more participants, and the level was... I mean, there were puzzle geniuses at the competition. And I wasn't a puzzle genius. I'm not a puzzle genius. I'm like, okay, I'm decent. I can complete a puzzle on the first try in under an hour. Depends on the puzzle, but I'm not getting under 50 minutes or even under 40 minutes or under 45 is even inconceivable for me right now on a first completion. So yeah, that was quite disappointing, but I had to rein in my emotions because on the same day, just a few hours later, after I think there were, the other individual semifinal round was right after mine. And then we had the pairs semifinal round. All right, so in the pairs semifinals, as again, we qualified by the country rule, and this one was like a for fun category for me. So it wasn't so important for me to actually qualify for finals, even though it would have been fun. You will see why it would have been impossible. Anyways, this is the puzzle we did, and I don't have the placement card because we framed it, actually. We framed it with the finals puzzle because it was just so cool. The finals puzzle for pairs. So we framed it inside the frame, our placement or our seeding card for that round. But I can tell you we were seeded 162. So just do your maths. Like, we would have to beat so many people to even qualify. It was impossible. It was just, if individual round was impossible, this was it was truly impossible. But anyways, we had fun, we did the puzzle, and our secondary goal was to beat our seeding, and we did it. In pairs, we actually did it. We were seeded 162nd, and our final time was 159th in our round, so pretty cool, pretty good stuff. So this was a really fun puzzle. There were lots of clear sections. I don't think I have that done solo since getting back, and it's been quite a few months, but I have lots of puzzles, as you can see. My beautiful puzzle shelf that you can see. So yeah, and we didn't qualify for finals. That wasn't clear. We didn't qualify, so that was another non-qualification tick on my list. So the next round was the biggest marathon round. Even though this day was a marathon, the next round was Teams Qualifier. So if you don't know, you get 4 puzzles, you have to choose 2, and you have to do them back to back for 3 hours time limit. All right, yeah, so this was our team's jersey. If you don't know, it's inspired by Rivendell because we were elves, as you can see by my ears. It was very fun. Our team captain, she decided on the name. We had another team member make these cool shirts. It has my name on the back. And yeah, and we wear the ears in the competition. I'll have some pictures. The thing is, this is the only competition that I didn't record because it was kind of cramped with 4 people at the table, and my equipment was just my phone and the flimsy thingy I took to put the phone in. So it was just not practical, basically. It wasn't practical. We needed all the space we got. So it wasn't practical to have like a, no touch zone, because we really needed the space. As you can see, I don't have any of the puzzles that we actually chose, which was the bathtub, cow, and some scenery, green scenery with a kind of castle. I'll put the pictures from the puzzles. Anyways, but I chose to take home one of the puzzles we didn't do, and it was one of the hardest puzzles in any round. And I mean, honestly, I just don't understand why they even included it. It's mental. Who would choose to do it? Like, who would choose to do this puzzle? In general, I mean, there were 4 teams who chose it, and 1 team only who chose to do it first, and they, in 3-hour time limit, they barely completed it. So it's just like, from all the puzzles that are available, why would you choose this one? And anyways, it's this one. This one. This is the puzzle they chose to put in an evening round. Just let that sink in. You think this is nice and, colorful? No, not really. Because I've done it. I did this puzzle. When I got back, I did it, you can see. That's I got the name card. You can see it's completed inside. I'm 100% never doing this puzzle again. It's that bad. Not doing it again, and I'm gonna give it away to somebody. But yeah, anyways, We were seeded 50th. I think it was because of our team leader, Maddie. She had participated before, so they had some stats on us, on our team, I guess, and Sandy also. But we were the rest of us were unknown quantity. And honestly, one thing that made us stand out was the ears. So I was very happy to wear them. I think the only problem I was having that one of them, because, my hair or whatever, and I keep putting it and it kept falling off. So I ended up the competition out of frustration with one ear only. But, it's okay. So yeah, that's the puzzle I got from the 4 that were available. I was just saying, just give me a puzzle that we didn't do, even if it's this monstrosity. So yeah, and the thing, what happened, I think maybe it was just the accumulation of how intense the competition had been, not only on the participants, but also on the volunteer staff, is that the results weren't being updated. And so we didn't know that we didn't qualify until the next day. And on the next day, well, no, the teams didn't participate the next day, but also on the Pairs Semifinals, and I think individuals were sorted, but Pairs Semifinals also, you didn't know that you qualified until the next day. So yeah, that part needs to be sorted out better. So we kind of, even until like, I don't know what time it was in the evening, where I still had that little glimmer of hope that we will move on. We didn't. Cue sad music. We didn't move on. This was the day 4, was the biggest day for me, and it was the last day of competing. So, yeah, was pretty intense competition. The rest of the days, you can see, slide it in there. My fancy ears. I'm keeping them, by the way. I'm keeping them for cosplay events, or when I want to be elfy. If my ears are not pointy enough, I can put these guys on. And I have another pair because I actually forgot these in the hotel. But Maddie came through. She was like, no, I got you. If you want to wear the ears, I have some spares with me. So I got the second pair. They were small, they're tiny, smaller, like hobbit ears. These are elf ears, and I have also hobbit ears. But anyways, I'm looking forward to see if we got into Karen Puzzle's video, because her camera person, Valentina, she was filming every table, and then she told us we look super cool with our ears. So, worth it. So yeah, this was the last day of actual competition, even though until the very end of the day, I didn't actually know that I didn't qualify for anything. Well, for the pairs, I knew that I didn't qualify, and honestly, for individuals also. But for teams, we had that glimmer of hope still, but we didn't qualify. So, let's move on to day 5. Alright, so day 5 started out pretty gloomy for me, because I didn't qualify for anything. So, we went, the morning they had the other teams qualifying rounds, so I was like wailing in my misery, and we went to a science museum instead. You can see me riding a square bike here. That was fun. And you might be asking, why am I wearing the Latvia's team jersey? Well, because I didn't qualify. I thought, I'm still there, so I might as well root for somebody. So I was rooting for my fellow Twitch streamers and my fellow Latvians, because Latvians did qualify. A bunch of Latvians. Actually, we had a pretty good year considering how many participants we had. We had a pretty good year. So on the 5th day, we had the 2 teams qualifying rounds, which I wasn't present for. Then we had the Pairs final, which I did attend, and I rooted for Latvians, and Latvians did pretty good. And then we had individual final, which was mind-blowing. Like, if you were there, you would know that Alejandro wasn't first. Kirsten won, which was huge, but then Alejandro wasn't even second, or third, or fourth. He was 7th. He had shared 7th place. with a lady from Australia, because I think she finished first, but she couldn't find a piece, so she took a penalty. And I think at the same time as her penalty expired, Alejandro completed the puzzle. What? Mind blown. Alejandro, what happened? Alejandrito, por favor. The Spanish spirit. And you know what? Actually, I have to say, Spain didn't have such a great showing this year. I guess in the previous year it was more Spanish people participating proportionally. So obviously, proportionally, they had better positions. But actually, there weren't that many good results from Spain. And if I have to pick a country that had the best showing, I think it would be Poland. Because Poland, they got a second place, I think, the third place, and then top 10, Victor. If you don't know him, he's pretty fast on Instagram. He also was top 10. I mean, Poland was crushing it this year. Super amazing. So yeah, the finals were epic, especially in individuals final. Only thing I have to say, the pairs final puzzle, chef's kiss. I mean, I bought it instantly. The queue was insane. Also, people were buying multiples. Like they were buying it as if it would never sell again, and they will hoard it and then resell it for profit or something. I don't know. I saw people going with literal like stacks of it, buying stacks of this puzzle. And I was like, okay, I have enough with one. But yeah, it's super cool puzzle. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't do something like that for individual finals, because individual finals was, if I have to pick a word for that puzzle, it's generic. It's just a generic puzzle. It's not even as cool as the semifinals puzzles. Like, I mean, this one, we won't talk about, but this one, loads of fun. This one was loads of fun. So, and yeah. I don't know why. The other, I think actually Pairs Semifinals puzzle, the other one, I didn't buy because they weren't selling it because it was a misprint. So I didn't buy it, but I bought the other individual round puzzle. And it's super fun. It's super fun puzzle. So I don't know why they couldn't make an individual puzzle, final puzzle more amazing, more epic, because that's what we remember. Like everybody will remember that Pairs Finals puzzle. People will just forget about the individual puzzle. I mean, what was epic, what happened, like people completing the puzzle, like that was epic. Or how fast they completed it. But the puzzle itself, not so epic. Anyways, so that concluded day 5. Super epic. Epic day. The best day, I think, even though I didn't participate. I mean, there were so many emotions. Was super cool. So then we move on to day 6. Again, I didn't participate. It was Teams finals. And they got some cool puzzles. I didn't buy any of these 1,000-piece puzzles. I feel like, I guess I kind of regret not buying them now, but I had already bought so many puzzles, and the biggest problem for me was that I had to get cash. Like, you couldn't pay with the card there. When you were buying the jerseys and printing your own jerseys, you could pay with the card, but for puzzles, you always had to get cash, and I had spent all my cash already, and I wasn't gonna get any more. I'm like, I'm done with this, so I didn't buy it. The last puzzle I bought was the individual final puzzle because I was like, might as well get it. It might come up in a competition or something. Ish. So yeah, I didn't buy them. But they were pretty cool. So there were 2 teams from Latvia who had gotten to Teams Final. So I was rooting for them. I was also rooting for my puzzle friends, but mainly rooting for Latvians, because if I can't be there, at least other Latvians be there. So yeah, and the best placement for Latvians was 49th. Considering that there was 105 teams, I mean, they were top 50%, very good, and that was the first year they got to the finals, and, really good showing. Really good showing. In the individual finals, the best Latvian placement was 69. Wink, wink, no, 69, but it's really, really good. I mean, actually so good. You're competing against so many good puzzlers. I mean, or excellent puzzlers, amazing puzzlers. So, you know, this girl is has to have to look out for her, because pretty good, really good showing for Latvia. In the pairs finals, Latvia was 63rd, the best placement 63rd, you know. Again, not that bad, not that bad. There were 100 pairs participating, but you know, it's really good. I mean, last year I don't think there was any Latvians in the finals, so amazing job, everybody, all the Latvians. So applaud. I wish, and I'm pretty sure I won, because every year it gets harder, right? People get better, and maybe they you achieve it through practice, and I just don't know how their brains work. How do their brains work that they're so fast? How do they do it? Anyways, people get faster. As we could see this year, like, the level was next level. So I just don't know if I can keep up. I'm an old lady already. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's an excuse. I mean, I feel like I could get a bit better by practicing. Like, maybe get to close to 55 minutes average, maybe, but that's 55 minutes. The 55 minutes don't get you to finals. They don't get you. I will, but yeah, they don't get you to finals. So I guess that's the conclusion. I don't know if I will participate in the next year's competition. It depends on where it is. They are, as of the day of filming this, there are no dates or location on the World Jigsaw Association's website, championship website. As the rumor goes that Karen Puzzles will post this information on her videos, which are very popular. I'm gonna be watching them. You're probably watching them or have watched them already. But yeah, I don't know. It depends on where it is. If it's still in Spain, I probably would go. But if they change a country or on something like America, like, nah, no way. No, that's too far. That's too expensive. I mean, puzzling is already an expensive hobby, so I don't know. Probably if it was in America, I'm not gonna go to the competition. Sad to say. So maybe they will do like year to year. So 1 year in America, 1 year in Europe. So then I could attend every other year. That would be nice. But yeah, that was the conclusion. Next video is gonna be about all my puzzles that I got to do the other rounds. You know what I mean? Like, I bought a bunch of the ones that I didn't have personally. I bought at the competition from other qualifying rounds to see how I would have placed if I had to do them. And just a quick spoiler alert, in qualifying rounds, I would have qualified, I think, if not all of them, then 5 out of 6 rounds, I would have qualified by doing those puzzles. So, you know, that's good for me. And the pairs, the pairs, honestly, we got lucky. We were the best Latvians in our qualifying round. In other qualifying rounds, we would not even qualify for semifinals. So we got really lucky. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.